Florence School District 4 is located in Timminsville, which is a small rural community with a population of about 2,400. We are a singular facility school district, and we have a population of approximately 676 students, with the majority of our students being African American, which is 82%, and a growing Hispanic population. As a district, we believe that the needs of our students come first, and that is evident by the hard work and dedication from each and every staff member. The pandemic has brought many challenges, but we are overcoming them together as we have throughout our history as a district. To understand where we are, you must understand where we have come from and be able to reflect on our journey.
The Educational Center was established February 2000. In 1970 and 71, there we had Brockton Elementary School, we had Johnson, at that time, High School, which became, after the integration in 70 and 71, Johnson Middle School, and then Timminsville High School was the central high school. So therefore, we had buildings leaking, roofs being constantly repaired, other repairs of different of the schools. Parents and communities wanted to see a new facility, so therefore that's why there was much conversation about building a new school. After the merging of the school, we had some challenges. First, one of the challenges were having our vocational center, career center, closed due to financial crisis. We found that there was a lot of elimination of staff. We had decline of student enrollment. We had financial issues still. We had a reduction of teachers.
When I arrived in July of 2018, the Special Education Department was in disarray. IEPs were out of compliance. Special ed teachers didn't have curriculum for ELA and math. Indicator timelines were not being met, and files were unorganized. Students were also not comprehensively evaluated and placed in settings that were most restrictive.
In 2016, the South Carolina Department of Education declared a state of emergency for Brockington Elementary and Johnson Middle School, and they began providing intensive support for those schools to increase student achievement. In 2018, a state of emergency was declared for the district due to some fiscal issues as well as federal compliance issues and student achievement scores. Through that declaration of emergency, the State Department of Education has provided governance for the district and additionally worked on a shared services agreement with Florence 1 and Florence 2 to provide some of the vital district office operations. And this allowed the district to cut significant costs at the district level and provide more dollars per student for student instruction. We've had a transformation coach on site since 2016 to provide leadership and capacity building support and training, and we will continue our work with Florence 4 as they look towards consolidating Florence School District 1.
In 2018, after the takeover, the district began the rebranding process. The rebranding process included creating new logos, a new website, and a new motto for the district. The logos for the schools, Brockington Elementary, Johnson Middle School, Timminsville High School. We also created a new district logo for the district.
Following the state takeover of Florence 4, the state issued objectives that would help with the continuous improvement process. The first objective was to reduce the financial risk score to low, and also to file an annual audit in a timely manner. The second objective was to demonstrate compliance with all federal programs, including but not limited to IDEA, Title I, Perkins, and others. The third objective is to improve student academic growth and to achieve a level of 4 or 5 on the school value added composite for all assessed subjects. Also, the district will work on providing standard-based, quality, rigorous instruction for all students. And finally, the fourth objective is to improve student intervention services and opportunities related to the CATE, arts, and safety.
Federal program perspective, we've been a high-risk district for the past few years. I would look at the criteria that made us a high-risk district, and the financial side was where we would score 10, and that's the highest that you can get in any category. So what we did, obviously we had a lot of turnover in administration, but from year to year, we discussed having a team of people, anybody who managed federal programs or any program, a team of people that could come to the table and create processes that we would follow, procedures and internal control processes, because that was a finding from year to year that we did not have internal control processes and procedures in place. So now we do have that. We created a team with everyone around the table to make sure that everybody was following the same internal control processes and procedures, whether it be contractual, when we bring someone in for contracts, purchase orders, everybody follows the same internal control procedures. And that's been working for us, and we're now medium risk, and we're not far away from being low risk.
So to ensure compliance, we implemented an internal review process. Procedures and policies were put in place, teachers were provided professional development, curriculums were purchased for the special education teachers for ELA and math, and we make sure that all indicator timelines are met. To recruit and retain highly qualified special education teachers, we offer sign-on bonuses for recruitment and retention. And if we are unable to fill special ed positions, we contract with the company ProCare. ProCare has been providing highly qualified SPED teachers to the district since 2018, and we continue to work with them to make sure that we have those positions filled, and we are very pleased to partner with ProCare.
Before we do anything with the federal programs, we want to make sure that we have a needs assessment in place. And that needs assessment gives us the data behind everything we're doing. If we need to focus more on ELA, we say that in the needs assessment so that when we write our plans, we're implementing activities that directly focus on the needs that we address in the needs assessment. And for every grant that we do have a needs assessment in place. And that needs assessment comes from those planning teams that have been meeting ongoing throughout the year. When COVID hit, our needs changed, and we had to revamp our plans, come back to the drawing boards, have more planning meetings, more consistent planning meetings, and realign our needs. But with federal programs, it's all about documentation. We are, when you use federal program monies, you have to abide by certain rules and regulations. And my job is to ensure that we are abiding by the rules and regulations. And how do I do that? I attend trainings, workshops, conferences, and then I bring that knowledge back to the district and train everybody on the district level to make sure that we are doing what we said we would do with the money. Now, I will pride myself that I've not had any findings in my federal programs, because we treat each year as if it's a monitoring year. We treat each year as if we're being audited, that someone can walk in the building at any time and request documentation.
As a part of the state takeover, our district has formed partnerships with Florence 1 and Florence 2 through shared services. Florence 2 manages all of our building and grounds, as well as the maintenance on all of our facilities. Through our shared services agreement with Florence 1, services are provided for Medicaid, human resources, food service, as well as support in curriculum and instruction. All of these shared services were put in place to help to improve the efficiency of our district. The HR department in Florence 1 also manages our mentoring and induction program. All of our new teachers are provided a mentor, and our induction teachers have an opportunity to participate in the induction classes provided by Florence 1. This gives our teachers an opportunity to collaborate with other educators within the field in order to improve their instructional practice. In addition, Florence 1 also oversees our evaluation system and SLOs through SC Lead.
Teachers coming in my first year, I didn't know how to be a teacher because I was a math major at Clemson. So from there, things began to evolve for me. I was a math tutor, but being a teacher is a whole different level. So once I got here, all the welcoming support I got from my surrounding teachers was a huge benefit to me. Because at this point, you become the presenter of the information, not just the one that refines the information. So that in itself was a huge help for me. I would recommend anybody to come work here.
Some of the incentives we offer are retention stipends. We offer coursework reimbursement. We offer professional learning opportunities. We also encourage you to participate in trainings, workshops, and conferences outside of the district and bring back those learning experiences to share with your team members. We have direct communication with everyone. We're within walking distance from everything that we need, basically. And we all lend helping hands. We do have mentoring programs that will make you comfortable with your transition coming here.
For several years, the schools in Florence 4 were identified as priority schools. More specifically, Johnson Middle and Brockington Elementary were identified because of their consistent low achievement in the areas of ELA and math. It was that low achievement that brought the state takeover in 2016. With that state takeover, the school level principals were replaced and a transformation coach was placed in both schools. That began the journey of the improvement that we have seen thus far.
PD Head Start was interested in expanding to the Timmonsville community. Unfortunately, there was not a center readily available. So we approached Mrs. Addison and Dr. Bracey about the idea of bringing Head Start onto the Timmonsville campus so that we could support the school and serve the local community. Head Start is a comprehensive early learning program for children birth to 5. In our early Head Start classroom as well as our Head Start classroom, the curriculum is aligned to the South Carolina early standards. We also have a component of home visitors, and home visitors actually work with parents within their homes in the Timmonsville community. All of this combined will help children become ready for kindergarten. Another portion of the strategic planning we participated in with Dr. Bracey was to start an internship program for high school students who were interested in early childhood education. This gave them an opportunity to shadow in our Head Start classroom to get firsthand experience what a career may look like for them.
Well, in our efforts to increase our students' achievement, we're providing continuous professional developments within our district. And because we're small, it comes from the state level, external professional organizations, and even within our own staff. During our convocation this year, we had a technology conference where we conducted training and preparation for a virtual school this year due to the pandemic. We went through the Google certification training, Google Meet training, IXL and Apex training to improve our skill set so we can best serve our students. And because we're so limited in resources, our teachers actively participate in the numerous PLOs conducted by the State Department throughout the year.
Well, through shared services with Florence School District 1, we have access to their CAD, which is also the curriculum alignment document. That document provides pacing guides for our teachers along with other curriculum resources. They also provided professional development for the CAD using their curriculum coaches or curriculum coordinators to train our teachers. We also have purchase services, purchase updated interactive textbooks that are aligned with our IXL program, and our textbooks are also aligned with the textbooks in Florence School District 1. Another thing that we did was we provided intervention services through our partnership with HMH. Some of the programs that we've adopted through that service are Read 180, Math 180, System 44, Do the Math, and I Read. Along with HMH services, they also provide us with coaching experts. The coaches come in on a weekly basis, on a regular basis, and meet with our staff to look at the data so that we can better help our students. And we also have a master schedule that is dedicated to daily intervention for our students.
The use of data has been at the forefront of all of our decisions. We use the results from the reading and math inventory to determine our students' placement in classes, as well as the interventions that we provide during and after school. We also use the data from Linkit, which is our district benchmark, to determine the effectiveness of our classroom instruction. We administer the benchmark 3 times a year, and after each administration, we have a dedicated professional development day for teachers to then analyze the data as well as come up with a plan moving forward with how we will address the weaknesses.
But the goal of the Boys and Girls Club is to align ourselves with the school's vision. We've had ongoing meetings with the school administration who stressed that the focus would be on bringing up test scores and also reading scores through tutoring and reading intervention programs. And I'm just proud to say that we've seen improvement and also the partnership has been great.
Well, one of our initiatives is our PLC process. With PLC process, we address those 4 critical questions, and the steps in that process begin with identifying our priority standards, and then we look at our learning targets. Once we establish those learning targets, our teachers plan their unit of instruction. That includes their pacing, it includes academic vocabulary, it also includes common formative assessment along with strategies that the teachers can use for that unit.
Low student engagement has long been a challenge with education, and in light of the pandemic and shifting to remote learning environments, this challenge has increased. The Elliott is an observational tool that looks only at student engagement. The district currently is at an implementation stage of a comprehensive plan that was created to support teachers in their knowledge and use of the tool. The goal, again, is to increase student engagement. The first step was to make sure that everyone that would be using the tool understood the tool. After practicing with the tool, teachers were asked to self-rate a lesson and were provided independent feedback sessions with their instructional coaches. This plan is a work in progress, and the goal is to have ongoing cycles of support to help teachers make instructional improvements that will increase student engagement.
One of the major challenges of being a small school district is our ability to offer a multitude of course offerings for our students due to limited staffing. We have been able to overcome this challenge through our partnerships with the Auntie Karen Foundation, the Continuum, STEM U, as well as Florence Donaldson Tech.
We've integrated the arts through STEM University and through the Auntie Karen Foundation. We have introduced our students to cooking, music, dance, drama, videography, photography, you name it, they're offering it. In STEM U, we introduced our students to Z-Space, which is a virtual reality experience. They learn how to fly drones and also make laptops. So you see, we are on the cutting edge with one-on-one technology that makes Florence 4 the place you want to work.
I've had the opportunity of visiting Charleston, Washington, D.C., also Dallas, Texas, through my FCCLA program at the school. I've had the opportunity to get the experience of being allowed the chance to visit McLeod Hospital for my internship, and I just love this school so much.
Basically learned the fundamentals on how to make a chef salad, or a fruit salad if you want to say. She taught us how to cut it, how to cut the tomatoes, all the vegetables, how to sort it properly, proper hygiene, wash your hands first, wear gloves, basic stuff. It's a real simple dish, so you can't really mess it up. It's a diverse palate too. It can really open you up to new flavors. And I think that's a good thing that this class teaches you is new flavors, food, because you need to learn how to cook. So I think this class really helps children learn how to cook in a simple way.
We have students attending the Continuum in Lake City.
At Continuum, we learn a lot of new things. We learn how to use a torch. We learn how to compress metals and copper together to form a condenser. We also learn how to put refrigerant together. I like building stuff. I like putting stuff together. It excites me.
The programs that we're able to offer through the Auntie Karen Foundation has been one of the most influential initiatives that we have.
Because teachers, they give you a lot of platforms to reach them on, such as Google Classroom, their personal email, and even their school email. I have Miss Dent's phone number, Miss Addison's phone number. It's very easy to get in contact with them. They don't take long to respond at all. No matter the time of day, they're always there for you. The school best communicates with students through the Remind website. They put in a lot of important information for us to see there. They also communicate with us through various websites. Google Classroom is one of the main things we use. I would personally say that's where I see most of my information, because personally I don't use Remind. Also as well, Facebook. Facebook is one of the most popular social medias out there, so I'm glad the school does have one for the parents to actually get involved in what the school is doing and see what they have going on.
The website was redone to be more accessible to community, parents, and staff. It also was created to be more device agnostic, which means no matter what type of device you were using, the website came up readable and easily accessible. The website is in a continuous process to become a hub of information, not just for community and parents, but also for staff. We have placed handbooks, district forms, as well as guidelines and procedures on the website for staff to have access to those important documents whenever they need it. It's a continuous process being updated on a yearly basis to make sure that everything is current and nothing becomes outdated.
Well, unfortunately, this year has been a rough year. It has been an unconventional year, but yet very beneficial. The pandemic unfortunately forced us to change our process from which we were accustomed to. Each school had established different advocates for the grade levels, as well as communicating with parents and our students. We speak with parents on a daily basis via Remind about their academics, as well as build communications and relationships with our parents. One thing about the advocacy is that our children get to bond with us as advocates to be able to build a trust in them and knowing that their education comes first.
As a parent, I enjoy having an advocate to call to keep me informed on what's going on around the school. The 8th grade class, I had the opportunity of being an 8th grade advocate to support those kids and support those parents as well during this pandemic. My phone lines are open for parents to call in, to check on their kids, schedule conferences, schedule meetings, see how well their kids are doing, what they need to work on. Also had the pleasure of allowing parents to come in to download PowerSchool on their phone, allowing them to see what their child grades are and their child opportunity being successful. It's been an honor to be the 8th grade advocate, and I really enjoy doing it.
And then on the flip side here, what we do as advocates also, we reach out to different business entities for our students for work-based learning programs, such as programs that they went to McLeod Hospital to practice some nursing skills. And also we venture out with different other businesses in our community as well. Aside from building relationships with parents, we build our relationships with different colleges and different businesses so that our children would be able to go to them to be able to get some type of a training that he or she may need. I'm thinking that being an advocate, sir, is a wonderful thing because our students trust us, correct?
Yes.
They trust us, they come to us, and they know that any issues or problems or concerns that they may have, they can count on us as advocates.
We work together to reach the goals here. It is a place that I graduated and plan to spend my whole career. My children attend here, and I look forward to them graduating from here as well. There's been great opportunities presented, and even though things have changed, they continue to grow and offer more and more opportunity to our students. We have a bright future here, and I look forward to being a part of it, and I hope you do too.
Changing the culture and improving lives one experience at a time.